Mr. Matsumoto will deliver a speech on the data utilization at Honda, a joint research between SoftBank and Honda. Thank you very much for your introduction. My name is Matsumoto of Honda Motor Company Limited. I'm very, very pleased to be given this opportunity to speak to you today. I intend to make my presentation short, so I hope you'll bear with me. Now, Mr. Song said that emotional AI. Well, he approached me with this emotional AI idea 1 year ago, and that was closely aligned with Honda's philosophy. So we decided to help out in developing this technology. And so I would like to talk about this new technology also with a few words about our history. This is our founder, Soichiro Honda, and Mr. Honda is actually scolding one of the younger Honda employees. Now, I'd like you to listen to a tape recording of Mr. Honda. Some people say, if there's technology, that's enough. But that's a big, big mistake, because technology should be just one means to serve people. You must always, always place people and others at the center, and then add technology to that relationship to delight people. True technology should be there to make people happy. And even at an R&D center, its central objective would be to develop technologies which can contribute to the people of the world. And that should be its focal point. And that is the raison d'etre of any laboratory, a laboratory like ours, which is developing products. Because technology that can't be useful to people have no reason for existing. We don't need such technology. The technology that we are yearning for is technology that can serve a purpose, that can contribute to the improvement of lives. And a laboratory is there to develop such technology. I've never heard of cows and horses taking out its wallet and purchasing things. So we have to manufacture things that people will buy, which means each and every one of our researchers must explore the human psyche. Now, these were the words of our founder, Soichiro Honda, and as was mentioned in his interview, and as Mr. Song said, we are here to deliver technology which can care for people. We are here to research how we can serve people and make people's lives richer, to improve the quality of lives. That is what forms the basis of what Honda is all about. Now, today I'd like to talk about Honda's research for the future and what we are embarking on as a new endeavor in collaboration with SoftBank. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you hear the name Honda or manufacturing at Honda, what do you think of first? Would it be a motorbike or a car? Perhaps engines? I think you're beginning to smell the engine oil in this room. Recently, in addition to two-wheelers, four-wheelers, and general purpose, we have robotics for ASIMO and the human stride assistance, and the Honda Jet, for which we developed both the body and engine. Delivery of the Honda Jet began just last year. And these products and services will be delivered to you, our customers, by Honda's team, where S, E, and D, these three work in unity. S actually represents sales, and E is for manufacturing engineering, and D stands for development, that is research and development. I said that these three work in unity. But D, for development or laboratory, was spun out of Honda Motors, its parent company, and has been given a free hand to freely engage in research and development activities. That's one of the major features of Honda's R&D. At the time Honda was founded, Soichiro had a partner, Mr. Takeo Fujisawa. And Mr. Fujisawa once said, "We must gather capable talents and offer them a conducive environment for research and develop products from designs and ideas that cannot be copied by others. And that is the only way to ensure a bright future for Honda, to make sure that Honda can survive and thrive in the harsh international competition." And that's why Honda R&D company was made an independent facility. And even today, in labs around the world, our colleagues are day in and day out challenging the future. From our founders, we have inherited the spirit of studying people, serving people, making people's lives richer and fuller, and improving the quality of people's lives. And we are constantly considering what technologies we can and should develop to serve these goals. Most recently, we're not just manufacturing goods. We are responding to customers' increased voices to do something or to create experiences using data. It's been a while since people began to talk about the need to offer experiences or to create good experiences. So what can Honda do to achieve this? We want to serve people. We want to make people's lives richer using data. We believe that should be your contribution. For example, there is a car navigation system that Honda developed for the first time in the world. And today I would like to share with you some case studies of data acquisition and data utilization using this car navigation system. I think in the past, you could only get feedback from customers through street interviews or by visiting dealers to get their take on what the customers' demands were. But from the mid-1990s, the internet became accessible to all, and the situation changed dramatically. I'm sure you're feeling this change. And against this transformation, Honda responded by developing the InterNavi from 1997, which is a car navigation system that utilizes this new technology and can quickly adapt this new technology. Until then, maps were updated using CDs, but we enabled updating online, which is now taken for granted. And already back then, we made it possible to integrate with PCs and mobile devices. So if we were to use today's words, we made it possible to create a connected world.
Please take a look at this image, and this is the internet utilize Carnavi Internet or Internavi and brochure and for introduction at that time. As you can see, very nostalgic design. It's pretty an old kind of design. However, that with this opening service, and Honda have started to offer the venue of information gathered across the boundary of car navigation. So right now, I think you have already got the several number of SNS and accounts. So we have already started to offer the personal page or the My Page. So furthermore, and then require the service for future car navigation. and then as a place to discuss clues and ideas of the services. And then Why Gaia Room was open, and we offered the place for active discussion, so that we have already started to the service. And Why Gaia means the one of the and a very unique culture of the Honda. And then we have some of the buzz type of the thorough discussion. And the Why Gaia Room seems to be an open innovation, and which is equivalent to big data, probably. And at that time, and then we have received and lots of feedback and from 400,000 Internavi members. As we can see, this is a big data innovation. And then when it's coming to the year 2000, as you can see in this picture, and then public transport information called the big data, even if the private organization can handle it. And it's getting more and more convenient. So as you know, that main arterial and road information has been provided by BEX, and which is not useful enough and then pretty insufficient. So the Honda has equipped the floating car technology, and the first in the world. So that means that the BIX is collecting and passing through sensor and vehicle data. However, a floating car is different. So that means each car equipped with the Internavi is utilized as a sensor. And collecting the data of driving is the method of floating car data. So-called an IoT, or the beginning of the IoT for cars, and which is not too much to say. So it becomes possible to accumulate massive live traffic information by this. And we can offer the highly accurate traffic information and traffic jam prediction during the long holidays. So since then, and then we have already started the services of the free and off-charge upgrade, which is normal right now, and a predictive car maintenance period. So not only for the normal period, but also for emergency, such as natural disaster, we have added useful information. Hypercentral regions and tsunami predicted the regions and for danger. And then also icy roads and whiteout prediction area on the driving route. So to provide the emergency information by real time, and we have been continuing the update. So right now, this is the data or achievement of 2015. And then we have accumulated the amount of the big data, and which is over 8.4 billion kilometers per year, and which is equivalent to going around the Earth of 210,000 times. And we are promoting a floating car data utilization. For example, the safety map, as you can see here. And you can see the service on the map with the high-frequency accident location information and scary and potentially dangerous incident information called here the HAT information and from the community. Furthermore, not only for the one-way road information, but also this is going to be the reflection of the infrastructure management of an administration. And the mechanism is established to return this information to the safety of the daily life for community people. So we are working on some efforts for the safety every day. However, we'll be attacked by the unavoidable disaster. So in this situation, so what kind of the road are available? And in this case, it's very emergency cases. We have to think about. So from 2004 and of the earthquake of Niigata Chuetsu and to the most recent and big earthquake in Kumamoto and this year in April. And Honda provide real-time traffic data acquired from floating data utilizing for evacuation and disaster relief. As you can see, the red part is the data for the transport path. And communication starting with the spirit of enhancing the quality of life for people and serving the people. This spirit leads to the contribution of safety, and which is Honda's mission. And then I think our technology was utilized the way as we like. And then, of course, and data utilization evolution has no end. On the contrary, and this accelerates and more in a higher speed than we have expected. And this is my feeling. So I think all of you here in this industry think the same way. Very recently, an evolution of the great evolution of AI, and the speed of the research and development utilizing the data goes to the next phase. So regarding this matter, and I'd like to save this topic to the next occasion.
In order to deliver technologies which will improve people's lives to you, telecommunications is indispensable. Regarding telecommunications, in the past, we have been working to develop with a SoftBank the link-up free, which will be provided free of charge by Honda, that is the telecommunication for internet navigation. And we have also worked with SoftBank on the V2X, which is a Wi-Fi unit to provide secure and stable communications. Now, today, we are very happy to announce the start of a new joint research project with SoftBank. So, here it is. Let me take this opportunity to officially announce the start of the joint development with SoftBank. So, could you read out the statement, please? Honda R&D subsidiary, Honda R&D Company Limited, will begin a joint research with SoftBank's Kokoro SBKK on the utilization of the AI technology emotions engine to mobility. Honda, in order to further strengthen open innovation in intellectual intelligence R&D, is currently preparing to open in Akasaka, Tokyo, a new facility for intelligence technology R&D called Honda Innovation Laboratory Tokyo, with a target date of September of this year. And the joint research this time will be part of our initiative toward developing open innovations through AI technology. The joint research will utilize information from conversations with the drivers and from sensors and cameras to allow mobility to infer the emotions of drivers, and will also aim for mobility itself to be able to engage in dialogue with the drivers with emotions. Mobility will be able to share the driver's experience and grow with them. Drivers will feel that the mobility system is like their partner with emotions and will mostly likely develop an emotional attachment to mobility. Honda aims to create a new relationship between people and mobility and will continue to work hard to develop AI technologies. And thank you. And that was the official press release. Now, in the press release, I think you noticed the phrase emotion engine. And we announced that we'll be leveraging the emotion engine. So let me share this technology with you using another familiar example. Now, do you recognize this? There used to be a car called Enu Koro. Does that ring a bell to anyone here? Now, if you raise your hand, then you'll be exposing your age. So it's better you don't raise your hand. But this is going back quite many years. But this car was called Enukoro. That was a nickname. A car which was an advanced technology, a manufactured product back in those days, was called by nicknames. We had affectionate names for these cars. And I think there are people who call their cars by name. For example, Fitto-kun. Of course, I can come up with several movie titles involving talking cars. There are many movies, TV dramas that you've seen where cars have names. And most recently, we have robots and computers who can become your companions and advisors. At Honda, we have recently launched Mimo, which is to the right on this photo. This is a robot lawn mower, which we launched in Europe. So if you could watch a video of Mimo. So this is the Mimo. It's approaching a dog. Now, Mimo is equipped with a variety of different sensor technologies. And looking at this very selfless, tireless work of the robot lawn mower, many of its users, became so affectioned by this that they attached a nickname to this lawnmower. And we've received many such episodes from our customers. So it's part of your family. It's a really hard worker. Now, if these are some signs for us to learn from, and as I discussed in the example of car navigation, I think that we are now progressing one step forward from the phase of simple data collection to an era where we can combine these with the latest technologies such as AI to develop and deliver cars which people can grow affectionate to and can live together with, and also help to serve and improve the quality of people's lives. I believe such a day is not so far away. Now, the joint research involves not only cars, it'll involve everything that Honda offers, including two-wheelers, four-wheelers, general-purpose devices, robotics, and jets. And we would like to develop some robots, some technology which will be able to live with you and to spend time with you, and one that you'll not really be obsessed with the form and shape of. For example, during your daily lives, when you're going out on a drive, perhaps some robot that can, go on the drive with you and help you to find new things, new discoveries, and new encounters. We can start with something like the road hints, but a road hints that you can bring back to your room as a partner. And this navigation system will be deployed on your car. And when you're car sharing and riding another different car, it'll be a navigation system that knows your unique handling of cars. And when the car is back in the dealer, the navigation system will always be with you and will respond to you with emotions. Now, whenever you're using other Honda products, this thing in the lawnmower would have emotions. For example, using image recognition technology, it can talk to you and say, well, today it's such fine weather, the lawn is beautiful, it's green and shining. Or it may say, I just found a flower in the flower bed on the other side of the lawn this morning. And so I believe that that will create new connections and links with people. Because this no more makes you feel that you're living with it as a family and can help to improve the quality of your lives.
So just I expect this joint research becomes the first step of it. So it's a new relationship with the people and then car and then for the future. And then for the ladies and gentlemen of SoftBank Group, and appreciate your cooperation and let's challenge together. And so I'd like to talk about the AI research of Honda. And in the past, as I have already mentioned to you before, and Honda has been doing the intelligence technology research and pursuing for the human research studies and then also human brain research. As you can see in this picture, and 13 years ago, since 2003, and we have established the Honda Research Institute and from Japan and North America and the European countries. And then we are targeting for the further evolution of research. So we have extended our technology and created by subsequent researches to humanoid robots such as Asimo and Unicab, and then also stride management assist. As you can see in this picture, how do the people move when we walk? And it is pretty difficult to verify the movement which we do unconsciously. The research result applies to Asimo and the stride management assist. As Asimo is practicing the sign language, and what movement is required to live with the people. And then some of the control, make use of the fingertip control, and not only the word, but also some gesture to have a communication with the people. That kind of the research has been done as well. And here is Unicab. And then this can create ways to get around, which harmonizing with not only on the road, but also the daily life. So this idea connected to Unicab. And this is the stride management assist and become available as a lease last year. So this is not just assisting the human power, but also to use this and to stimulate all the muscles and strengthen the muscles to get to the healthy body. And here is application to the car. And then here is the to think about some future, and then some of the walking control techniques are going to be utilized for the suspension system. For the Asimo's walking control technique is a prevention of fall down. So, and we called that an idea of advanced VSA. And then, of course, the people in the place of the manual work is inevitable, but the human cannot intervene to the certain dangerous place. So in this case, that animal technology embraced the spirit of stay close together with the people, which was derived from the human research. And in 2016, this year, I would like to strengthen the AI research. So our spirit of staying close and together with the people. So I'd like to have this spirit and to be continued to AI and researches. And of course, we're using this engine as well. And then also in the future of the destination of the research, to think about a car and a motorcycle and general purpose goods, robotics and airplanes, and the new technology to be. So those combination with the AI is going to be more useful to the people to nurture the quality of the life, and that is our future, which is the developing and then vast Honda-like future. So I'm going to talk about the actual plan and towards this movement. And I'd like to conclude my presentation with that view. And I have announced, and therefore we established the base of AI research in the floor in the business biz tower in Akasaka. And then we are preparing for the opening of laboratory, and we are targeting for the opening laboratory where the same idea would be shared by the internal and external people. So in the past, I said I would formally introduce this idea of opening this facility in another occasion. However, this is exactly on that occasion. That concludes my presentation. Thank you very much.